everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, June.
Hey.
It was so nice to see you in person. Yeah, and hi, Jenny and Ellen and Liz. Thank you so much for coming to party with us today. We do love seeing your faces. So if you're willing, please turn your cameras on at the bottom of your screen. And also, you might want to click that chat feature. It does work best on a computer, but we really love the chat because that is where we're going to be posting the artist websites throughout the evening. And it's also where you can ask questions and just connect with anybody, connect with Sam, who's our admin tonight. But please, right now, if you don't mind, let us know where you are joining from in the chat. I love seeing where everybody is from because at Art Party Central, yes, East Texas, we get to see people from all over the country. Welcome, everybody. And of course, Wisconsin and Oregon.
Liz, you're up to Oregon?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
My old hometown, long ago.
Oh.
All right, I want to talk to you a little bit about one technical thing. Let's say we have a major technical problem and we have to abruptly stop the party. I just want you to know that we're going to post an alternate link on the artpartycentral.org website. So you can just go immediately to artpartycentral.org, click on that new link, and we will just continue the party. Now that I've said that, of course, we're not going to have any trouble. So good to let you know how to get back on the party if anything were to happen. Now that all that technical stuff is out of the way, let's have a quick cheers to all being together. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Welcome to Art Party tonight.
Cheers.
Oh, well, thank you, Maria. She's saying no camera on my home computer. Well, we just are happy that you're here. No matter how you come, you are welcome. All right. Well, for those of you that don't know me, I am Kathleen Tesnakis. I own ekologic, and I'm a sustainable fashion designer that specializes in recycling cashmere. I am so thrilled to be your host tonight and excited to present these wonderful artists. I'm also lucky to have Sam Stone helping today as co-host. And you can find Sam as admin in the chat. So if you need anything, make sure to check out her website at swan&stone.com. And you're welcome to check out my website at ekologic.com. And that's ekologic with a K. Enough about us. Today, we're joined by 6 super talented artists. We have Amy Kanarek from Amy Kanarek Designs, Meghan Patrice Riley from Meghan Patrice Riley Jewelry, Griffith Evans from Griffith Evans Wood Jewelry, Eileen Schwartz from Eileen Schwartz Jewelry, and Monique Rancourt from Monique Rancourt Jewelry, and Jennifer Lippman Bruno from Jennifer Lippman Bruno Designs. Let me tell you a little bit how this party is going to shake out. Each of the artists are going to give a presentation, and then if time allows, I will ask them 1 or 2 questions that were previously submitted. At the end of the party, we will raffle off one $50 gift certificate for each of the artists' websites. That's actually 6 chances to win just for hanging out with us tonight. You do have to be present to win, so please stick around. We will also give you a special discount code at the end of the evening, which will be good for all of the artists' websites and your host, myself and Sam, our co-host websites. You will have a coupon for 10% off of everyone's website. At the end of the party, we are going to open up for our after party for chatting, and we'll invite you at that time to unmute, ask a question, participate with us in a little bit more casual atmosphere. Okay. Now that we've gotten all of that taken care of, let's get to the fun stuff. Our first artist today is Amy Kanarek Designs.
All right, I have unmuted myself as directed. Hello, everybody. I'm Amy Kanarek, and I am, let's get this party started. I'm so excited to be here with so many artists and so many art lovers, particularly jewelry lovers. You are dear to my heart because I am a jewelry lover. I'm a jewelry fiend. So yeah, I make beaded jewelry. I use tiny glass beads that are woven together. And I'm going to talk through a sample to show you a little bit of what I mean. So this is one of my newest pieces. It's labradorite. There we go, with the blue flash. And you can see that I have surrounded it, this piece of labradorite, with tiny glass seed beads. So on both sides, the bezel is very tightly woven. And then I've also created a bail out of the same tiny glass seed beads and a woven rope also out of seed beads. And you can just do different shapes based on the beads that you use and the way that you weave them together. There's nothing inside this. This is just all beads that have been woven into each other, glass seed beads. So, and I used a magnetic, whoops, everything's stuck to this magnetic clasp. Pins stuck to it. But I used a very strong magnetic clasp that just whoop, slides apart. And so the clasps and the chains are always negotiable. This pendant is what it is. That's already been done. But you could wear it on a longer chain, a simpler chain, or you could have two chains for it and interchange the chains. Can you say that 10 times fast? So that's one piece. I've been really crazy about stones. And I'm sitting here looking at this collection, not knowing what to show you first, because I get so excited about them. This one is a piece of apatite that I've done in a similar way to the other one, but it's obviously a different color, different shape. And I've done it, I think, you know, in the summer, I love to wear like loose t-shirts and things like that. And so having, you can't even see it the way I'm standing, but having a long pendant like this, I think is great for those kinds of occasions. Trying to move back so you can see where it hits me. But this can be adjusted to hit wherever you would like. I like it long because I'm tall, and having it long elongates. If you know where I'm going with that. So never hurts. I'm going to show you a few of my classic pieces as well. So these are bead woven earrings done in antique silver with clear crystal, and they're on sterling silver lever backs. They're super, super lightweight. And again, as far as custom work goes, if you say, oh, you know, I'd really love gold rather than silver, or wow, I'm really into gold and blue, or, you know, whatever it is that strikes you, I'm always happy to work with my customers and design a custom piece that would be just right for them. And if I just want to flash you, these are some things that are coming up. I get so excited when I get new stones. So this is another labradorite that's going to be a stunning piece. It's got a blue and green flash to it. It will be a similar piece to this one. And earlier, Carla was on and she said, are you doing any that are multiple? And it's as if she read my mind, because that's the next step, is for me to go, you know, like, you know, I have to play with it, but to do 2 or 3 sort of stacked on each other, not necessarily straight. So stay tuned, that's coming. Kathleen, do you have any questions for me?
Oh, I have all kinds of questions. One really fun thing that came up in the chat was, how many beads does it take to make one of your pieces, like to make the rope or to make the bezel?
Oh my God. So it's thousands. It's in the thousands. I do know another beader who actually counts. But I think this one, just to do the bezel, one row of the bezel, I think might have had about 140 or 160 beads around. And then if you count the rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's at least 12 or 14 rows going around. So yeah, sometimes just for fun, I time myself to see how long it takes me to do one row around a large stone like this. But yeah, it's a lot.
I mean, I keep imagining like how nimble your fingers must be to be able to manage this, because your work is so detailed. Can you show us some of the necklace pieces behind you and maybe a couple of bracelets?
Yeah. So actually, show you this piece. This is from my Circle Game collection, and you can see that it's similar to the earrings that I showed earlier. I just love this piece. Again, it's super, super lightweight. This one is done in antique silver. I've done it in bronze with ruby. It could be bright silver. I'm really into the more antique-y, like bronze and antique silver, but I'm happy to explore with you. This one I think would also be really cool with a very cool light blue crystal in the center. But yeah, this is one of my favorite pieces. And this can also be a bracelet.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And the one that you have on is beautiful as well, the open weave.
Yeah, this is also labradorite. Oh, the bracelet.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I love all of them. Yeah, this is what's called right angle weave, but they're matte glass beads. I've done it in this color. I've done it in my bright bronze and in a matted silver is beautiful too. And I did a little pair of earrings in the same design that are cute. Just super, super lightweight and easy.
So it seems like you have matching things, whether it's necklace or earrings. And so is it custom to have a custom set made or ask for special things? Is that complicated, or is it something that can easily be done?
Oh, that can be done very easily. If you're someone who likes to have a coordinated set, and they don't even have to be the same design, that you can pull things from different collections and I can do them in the same color to kind of pull that together. Or you could do a similar design, but in different complementary colors. There are just so many things. Even something like this, I've done in tritone, but it could even be done in multiple colors if you wanted a really unusual, one-of-a-kind, colorful piece.
So when you're saying tritone, you have 3 different color beads in that piece?
Yeah, so this is an example of a tritone bracelet. So it's the same design.
Yeah.
But I've used 3 different crystal colors and 3 different bead colors. So, and I've done this in at least 8 or 10 different combinations so far.
Oh my goodness, that is just gorgeous. Thank you so much, Amy. We'll look forward to seeing you again at the after party. So think about what you might want to show us next at the end, and we'll look forward to seeing you again. Thank you. We're going to go on to our next artist of the evening, and that is Meghan Patrice Riley. Welcome, Meghan.
Hey, welcome everybody. Thank you so much, Kathleen. Thanks, Amy. Wonderful to be here and happy Tuesday. It feels so fun and summery. I was just out in the park during our break between the other art party, and it's wonderful. I even more color for you, which is not my norm. If you've been to an art party, you know I'm very much all black. But I was thinking about all the things that I've been celebrating. I've been celebrating a little bit more color and golden. So I brought some special collections for you guys. So I make contemporary art jewelry, and this is such a fun jewelry party because you do get to really see how everybody interprets jewelry, which this is just a small little like taste, but you can see how vast that interpretation is. What I do is I take in stainless steel cable and then mix it with traditional metalsmithing techniques. So I brought like the big cable, what it looks like, you can see it looks kind of like large bike, a small bike lock, and I translate it to even smaller form and then mix it with color and then gold, silver, and different gemstones. Recently, and then for today, I've really been focusing on gold because I'm loving like the idea of getting sun-kissed and being sunny. Like I feel very much like an awakening, and it's really nice out again. So I put up a new collection for today for you guys called Golden Glow, and I focused on earrings because I think earrings really feel like summer because we're not wearing tons of things around our neck. We're wearing less headgear, and we're much more light and free. And even with masks, we're kind of being a little bit, we have some opportunities to not be masked with people potentially. So earrings. So I brought a ton of gold earrings. So I'm using that gold cable, that thin steel cable, and drawing in space with it. And I kind of really alighted upon this material as a child with my mom, but I refound it as an adult because I found it, they had it 24 karat yellow gold plated. They just started fabricating it. And I loved the elegance of it and the color, but I got to play with it like sculptural weaving textile mixed with metal material. So I get to draw with it and then mix in different gold and silversmithing techniques. So I make all the ear hooks by hand. There's different shapes. You can see like little post ones. This is some of the gold that I put up on the collection for you. Some new things. These are new ones that are just inspired actually by one of the art party ladies, Ellen, I think is here. These are our new bow tie hooks, and I got gold hollow 14 karat gold filled beads, and they spin on a little axis. They're so cute. And I just thought they were a nice everyday. So I played again with scale quite a bit. You can see there's a lot of different sizes here, but they're all really light. This I was thinking of having the idea of a big hoop, but front facing. So, but in a lot of movement because each ring is independent from each other, which I like. I love stuff like that. They all swing on a little axis, little tube axis. And then I did some post ones for some post girls, but a little something hanging down so you get movement still, even if you wanted something a little covering right here. My mom only wears posts and my sister only wears hooks or hoops. So I made something for everybody. I did play with hoops again too, which I thought was really fun. And I got kind of 3D sculptural and started drawing. So these ones I did with citrines. And I think this is really great use of everything. This is a tube hoop in 14 karat gold fill. So it's really lightweight and nice, great, hyperallergenic. And then I wove on with sterling silver little tubes. I created little channels and wove those steel cables, but in fine silver. So there's a little bit of contrast, and then set citrines on the ends, but it can still has that kind of softness. I love that. And it really feels like it has movement, even though it's fixed. That's for me with hoops. I don't get to play as much with movement because it is about creating this large surface and it going into your ear. But this I thought had a lot of great feeling. Then I did, for those no stone girls, and a little bit more 3D sculptural pieces. These are woven hoops with silver and gold again, a little bit of two-tone mixed in. And it's that larger hoop, but there's little sculptures. I love that. You can see it playing with the material is hard and soft together. And those little accents of silver and gold pick up the light really nice. It balances with the matte. I know tons of 3D lines. They're each one their own little piece of art. They're not perfectly matched, but they are matched. You get to play with them too. It kind of reminds, I did bring my Mobius cuff too. I've been playing a lot with the 3D form and sculpting, and this is kind of cute together. Unintentional, but I have been playing a lot of gold, even in this one.
I say your unintentional is very intentional.
Yes.
I love to see all the thought process. Oh, good. Because I was just going to ask you, Meghan. So as we go into summer, are there any styles or tips or pieces you must have? I think those are a couple of them, and I know you have more.
Oh, I definitely brought more. These are some of the new ones I just brought that are one of a kind that I just put up on the side. They're so pretty, and they have tons of movement. You can see all the fun mechanisms too. But I think I was thinking for me, one of the number one things, or one of my number one go-to pieces that I wear is a gold earring. I think big gold earring, summer, it goes with everything. It can be great outdoors. It can dress anything up. And it's a basic, but I made a ton of different ideas for you that are not your basic.
Your brain is incredible.
We had a good time. Yeah.
What about you had showed one of the ladder necklaces, and I know you have that little earring on as well. I just think that it's
I love this. This is this is like playing with newer, but this is like a piece that's been getting a lot of attention recently, and I've been making short and long. This is a longer version, but it has that kinetic aspect where when you put it on, it will form to the body. It's a little magnet clasp. So I'm wearing another one underneath. Let's take this one off really quick. So it has squares, but I made each little gold shiny bit, the little square, it's like squares on squares on squares, a little square that's holding everything together will be a little connection point, and it becomes, it will form to multiple people. The same way this will move around and change shape, which I love on people.
Gorgeous. And I mean, all of your stuff does this, and your necklaces and this one you're wearing right now, but I love the way it's almost making, it's almost looking like a textile part of the design of your shirt. I mean, it really becomes
I love
it.
And you can see that this is very 3D, even though it looks like it isn't, but when you put it on, it's all about that drape. It's all about thinking about it has textile-like properties, even though it's metal. And I go with that and design that way where it's going to be like a textile. So everything has an iterative part, so it falls better. It's not stiff. It lays on your body nice. You want to wear it. Feels good.
It just, I'm always inspired to see your work. Thank you so very much, Meghan. Our time is up, so we're going to go to our next artist. And, everyone think about the questions for Meghan for our after party. Thank you. And we're going to move on to Griffith Evans. Griffith, welcome and take it away.
Hi, happy Tuesday, everyone. My name is Griffith and I live in New Mexico. I'm so glad that you're able to join us tonight. I build jewelry with locally harvested wood. I steam the wood and bend it to create gentle curved shapes. My parents had mid-century Scandinavian furniture in my childhood home, and I think I was really inspired by that. I learned early on that wood doesn't have to be straight boards with square edges. I learned to bend wood in college, and I built a bent wood chair. And I also learned to problem solve both in calculus classes and later while remodeling and renovating houses. I've always appreciated structure and order, and I bring these attributes to my jewelry business. I experimented with bending little pieces of wood for a few years, and by 2018, I had a small collection of wood jewelry, and at that point, I began traveling to shows to exhibit the collection. People often say that my work is unique or uncommon, and I think wood is a very familiar material for most of us, but maybe not so much in the context of jewelry. I've been showing some of these circle pendants for the last several months on Art Party in various stages of completion. And I'm pleased to announce that I finally sorted out the details. These pieces are based on my interest in intersecting circles and the spaces that are created by those intersections. So basically, this is rubber neck wire. It's attached with magnets embedded into the wood frame. And I put the magnets in different places so that you can actually rearrange these into different configurations. And the rubber tube actually becomes part of the composition that way. And another thing you can do is completely remove the neck wire and wear it as a brooch, because I've also added magnets in the back. I'm going to let Christine take this apart and show you the conversion here. My mom had a silver ring when I was a kid. It had a round green stone that spun around in its setting. And now I realize that I've incorporated that spinning stone motif into some of my jewelry work. These beads are actually porcelain clay that I've rolled by hand, and then they're glazed and fired in a kiln. And then in this group, I also have another option. This is apricot wood. And it's the same idea with the magnets. This particular bead is celadon, which is a real pale green. And it works very nicely with the deep orange of this wood. I also build earrings. And I'm just going to show you these. This is what I call the platelet earring. And as you can see, that's available in a variety of different wood and bead combinations. It's actually based on this pendant necklace, which, what would we do without help? Anyway, the pendant necklace came first, and then I conceived of these earrings as a companion piece. These are about 1 inch high. They're very light. And there's a real comfortable rubber clutch on the back. I realized very early on that we don't all have the same size wrist. And I thought that people would really appreciate having a selection of cuff bracelets if they were available in a variety of sizes. I built these cuffs in 5 sizes, as you can see here on the table, and almost everyone, men and women included, falls somewhere within this range. I myself wear a 6.5, which is right in the middle. And then these are my production designs, I guess you could say. And they are all available in each of the 5 sizes. On my website at griffithevans.com, you can see a selection of these models in a wide variety of wood and bead combinations. Some of these are natural stone, some are Swarovski crystals. Also on the website, I have a video which explains how to order the right size, and I offer Zoom consultations to take some of the mystery out of that. This is an interesting piece. It's called the Abacus Cuff, and again, it's another example of that spinning bead motif. I'd like to show you another earring design. This isn't quite as large as Meghan's by any means, but this is my take on the hoop. And this actually stands off of the earlobe at a very interesting angle. That's a post as well, as you can see. So some of these accents are porcelain, which I make by hand, and then I also use some Swarovski crystals with this design as well. Some of you may know that Christine is a figure sculptor, and she and I collaborate on this collection of face pendants, we call them. She actually sculpts these little medallions in porcelain. That's the white part in the center. And then I set them in wood bezels. And these are mounted on 18-inch chains, sterling silver chains. And it's just a fun little collection of face motifs.
Yes, those are, it's really neat to see you collaborate with Christine as well. You know, it's keeping it all in the family. That's fabulous. Griffith, I do want to ask you about like why you like to harvest your own wood. And
Right. Yeah, I do actually get most of my wood from friends and neighbors who are removing dying trees from their property. And you know, it's a twofold answer, Kathleen. You know, it's recycling in a way. You know, I'm reusing wood that would basically otherwise get burned or just left. But in addition to that, when I process the wood myself, I'm able to cut it at different angles. And by doing so, I can expose the grain and the color of the inside in different ways. And you'd be surprised, you know, just rotating a log 5 or 10 degrees as you're cutting it into boards, how much of an impact that has on the grain structure that's exposed. So, you know, some of my motivations are selfish, I guess, and some are more altruistic.
I wouldn't call that selfish at all. I mean, just knowing that the expert eye is looking for those amazing grains and making that happen for us. I mean, that just kind of blows me away and is such an important detail, I think, when looking at your pieces. So if I wanted to find you in person, where are the places that you're selling your work right now?
Well, normally I travel to about 10 cities a year to do art and craft shows. And, you know, lately, like everyone else, I've been doing more virtual events. In addition to Art Party, you know, there have been some normally in-person shows that have created virtual alternatives. And so, you know, I'm just trying to adapt to the new technology and do those types of things as I can. Some things have started opening up. So later this year, I'll be traveling to some different events. Utah, I'll be in Idaho, Denver, Philadelphia, even Kansas City, Missouri later in the year. And of course, my website's always open. So,
and I'm sure we can go to your website and find out all this great information if we want to do that too.
Yes, you can. I have a show scheduled there. If you ever happen to visit Santa Fe, come and look me up. I'm in the Rail Yard Artist Market most Saturdays.
Oh, excellent. I love that. You know, the pandemic has taught us to do business in so many different ways. And one of those focuses is local, which I think is a great thing to do. I'm glad our eyes are sort of closer to home these days. I'm sure a lot of people in your town are happy to see you because maybe the rest of the country was getting too much attention, right? At least that's what my town is starting to discover, all of their artists. Thank you very much, Griffith. We're going to go to our next artist, which is Eileen Schwartz. Take it away, Eileen.
Hi, I'm Eileen Schwartz, and I do 3 different styles of jewelry. I work in sterling silver. I work in a combination of oxidized silver with 18 karat gold, and I work with 18 karat gold. So first I'm going to show you the pieces that I'm wearing. On my ears, I have what I call my face framer earrings, and I have on this ear, I have, wait, it's hard to figure out which way you're going because the camera is opposite. But on this, on the ear that I am showing you right now is oxidized silver with an 18 karat gold wire and a cultured pearl. And on, you can see both the ear wire and the bar of silver. So it makes a nice contrast both in color, and there's a 3-dimensional element to it because you see the front and the back. On my other ear, there's an 18 karat gold face framer, and this one is set with a peridot. I do make them with a number of stones, and the front bar piece has a matte finish, and again the wire is high polished. These have a nice latch so that they on the ear. This clicks in here and it's securely latched on. It cannot come off. Let's see. And then back on this ear, this is new. It is not on my website yet. This is an ear climber. I don't know if you can see it. It's oxidized silver with 18 karat gold leaves and a little stone set in 18 karat. This one is amethyst, but I will also be making them in other stones. And it's just like a dramatic piece of jewelry that climbs up your ear. I'm also wearing 3 different necklaces. This is an Australian Boulder opal. I can't tell if this is in focus. Australian Boulder opal with apatite set in 18 karat on an 18-inch chain. Then I have a brush sterling silver. Right now, this is on a 24-inch chain, and it comes with a 6-inch extender, which can be worn at this length, which is a 30-inch chain. This is oxidized sterling silver. It's a spiral pendant. This is set with a garnet, but I can set it with any stone. And it has highlights of 18 karat gold. It's just a nice circular piece, a very simple, elegant piece, but big, you know, it says something. I also have over here, these are within the oxidized silver and 18 karat gold. The lines on these, even though this is a still earring, because of the curves, there's a sense of motion to it. And these are pinwheel earrings. I think of them as having fireworks on your ear. Very simple, very light, but there's a lot of movement going on. The same with these kind of swoosh towards and away from the face with a garnet on top. And I have, this is some of my sterling silver, very simple, nice movement. These are nice, simple earring, very elegant. And again, you can wear it dressed up or dressed down. These are a little over 3 inches long, but again, very nice and simple. And then I also have most of my 18 karat gold work is one-of-a-kind pieces. So these are drops with druzy, excuse me, druzy, which is basically a geode. And the surface of this stone is covered with tiny little crystals. And when the light hits the facets, you get like a sparkle. These also have garnets and spessartite in them. I have these with fossilized coral, and you can see the flower pattern in there. These to me look almost like watercolor paintings. And what I've done with these is to kind of pick up that theme, that floral theme. There is a leaf pattern that kind of wraps around the top stone, which is citrine. And then there's a rhodolite garnet below, which picks up the yellow and rose tones in the fossilized coral. I have these, which are the druzy, with just a simple diamond underneath. It can be worn understated or dressed up. You know, you can wear this with jeans or to the office or for a night out.
So Eileen, I've got a couple of questions for you. I was wondering, do you prefer making one-of-a-kind pieces or multiples?
I like them both. I love the fact that when I'm working with a one of a kind, working with unique stones. A lot of the stones that I get are hand cut. So not only is the shape unique, but the what it looks like is unique. And when it turns out the way it's supposed to, I get a very happy feeling. But some of the pieces that I repeat also mean a lot to me. You can see actually on this side of me. That's my Dancing X series. And those here's the pendant. Those I started making when my kids were young, and they were at the playground, and it wasn't conscious, but it was, it was sitting and watching little figures running around and playing on the playground equipment that sort of created this image. And I still, when I see that, it just makes me very happy.
Well, that story just made me very happy. I can see that inspiration in the piece, and it makes me love it even more. Thank you so much for your presentation, Eileen. We are going to move on to our next artist. Our next artist this evening is Monique Rancourt. Take it away, Monique.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm Monique Rancourt, and I'm here in my studio in Waltham, Massachusetts, which is actually a hybrid. Hang on, I need to just move this. Studio / gallery space on Moody Street. So if you're local, come by, check it out. I represent 30 plus artists from all over the country, plus my work and my studio is in the back half. So I really like to make bold, sculptural jewelry with sterling silver, and I use traditional metal smithing techniques. I'll show you up close. And I'm really inspired by texture and forms from nature. So I make all these pieces and then build them up to create an organic abstract form. So these are all soldered in, and then I have to file down the back. Also the hands, the hands are handmade. The chains are handmade, which could be very labor intensive, but I just get in the zone and start making all the pieces, shaping them, forging them. And I do a lot of the forging on a vintage anvil from the 1800s. So it picks up the texture that's on the anvil from the rust, actually. And more recently, I've been incorporating gemstones into the work. So this is a older series, but I'm updating it by adding some sparkle. So this is a Hestonite garnet that I set in there. And I try to make the backs special as well. So if it flips over, you still have a nice piece instead of a flat back with the asymmetrical chain. I don't know if you can see that. And this one can also be doubled. I don't want to choke myself. Like so, or worn long. See what I'm saying? And then some other new pieces. This is the earring from the same series. See that a little bit better.
Oh, thank you for doing that so we can see it. The movement is awesome, but it sometimes distracts. Yeah.
Does it make you a little dizzy?
Yeah.
But I'm really enjoying adding in the sparkly stones with, the sort of rough organic textures that I use. It's like a diamond in the rough, you know? And here's a ring, which is split shank. So it is slightly adjustable. And I can custom make any of these pieces with different stones or different sizes, lengths, whatnot. And then here's another one. This series is actually called Bohemian Rhapsody. And I was going for like a boho kind of style with the amber and, you know, these sort of abstract organic shapes that are forged from wire.
And do I spy matching earrings with that?
Oh,
I think the earrings you're wearing are gorgeous.
yeah, so that actually these are what started this whole series, was the earring. And I, you know, sometimes I just want to make something for myself, and I wanted a big old pair of earrings. So I made these and had so much fun that it sort of spiraled into an entire, hang on, I just want to, this series. And there's like the little thing on the top. And I have done these with stones on the top. If you go to my Instagram page, you can see some of the variations I've done, and I'm happy to make custom pieces for these as well. And I've made them shorter. Not everybody can carry the, you know, 3.5 inch long earring. I understand that. And they're super lightweight. And now it's on the ground. Here's another one. And I've obviously been into the shoulder sweepers lately. And like NPR was saying earlier, you know, it's like summer and you're wearing your hair up with scarves are gone. So we're showing our necks and long earrings. Fabulous.
And I love it.
Asymmetrical.
Yes.
With amber as well.
Would you mind bringing this up a little closer for us?
Sure. Yeah, sure. And I can show you the bezel. So what I do is I actually put that same texture on the bezel and then melt that edge to give it that organic vibe.
Beautiful.
And you know, it has nice movement.
Mm.
And this is another simpler version. Throwing everything around here. Also with the amber.
So where did you learn jewelry making?
So I actually worked retail for about 15 years. So I did retail management and I was a dabbler in jewelry. So jewelry and sewing and knitting and things like that. And I thought that I actually wanted to be a fashion designer, and I took a jewelry class and I was hooked. So I ended up going to Mass Art in Boston, and I did the metalsmithing and jewelry program at Mass Art. And now here I am back in retail.
That's it. Our lives go in these.
Totally different than Urban Outfitters, but it's still retail.
That's right. You're making wearable art for all of us, which
And that too.
we so appreciate. We have time for one more piece. What
Sure.
would you like to show?
Let's see.
Oh, now I have a request.
You do.
Bracelets.
Oh, yes, bracelets.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's past my bedtime. So these, I've been making these, you know, since Mass Art really, but they originally started as, they were chain that were coated in Plasti Dip, and I would add paint pigments to them, and they're very labor intensive and super toxic materials to work with. They were a huge pain, but I did them for years and years. And then eventually I decided I couldn't be huffing Plasti Dip anymore. And I figured out a solution, and I started using leather and then incorporating some of my formed silver pieces that I go in with a mini torch and sculpt the patterns in with heat, essentially. And they're also magnetic.
Beautiful.
So very easy to get on. But I do other cups as well that are, this is similar to the lariat that I had showed you in the beginning, and these pieces actually move. The dots don't, but the pods do.
Wow. Your work is so organic and intricate, and I love the mechanics of it as well.
Yeah. And it's actually a lot lighter than it looks. So if you pick these up, you'd be surprised how light it is. So I try to use, thinner gauged metal, and then, thicken up the edges and work hard in them so that it's not super heavy, because I do like to work big, but we do have to wear them.
Thank you so much, Monique. And
Thank
everyone,
you.
think about your questions for Monique at the after party. Right now, we are going to go on to our sixth and final artist of the evening, Jennifer Lippman Bruno. Please take it away, Jennifer.
Hi, everyone. I am Jennifer from Jennifer Lippman Bruno Design. I'm going to give you a very brief history how I got to where I am today. I went to college pre-med psych major, out the window, graduated an art history major, studied jewelry design for 2 years after that, one in Philly and one in New York. I stayed in New York, became the design director for a jewelry designer. After 5 years, they were there for 36 plus years. I was able to be with them the last 5. They closed. I then went to my second love, which is knitting. And I had my own business where I designed accessories and patterns for hand knitters. I had that for about 10 years, sold it. And now I'm back to my true love, which is jewelry making. So when I came back to it, I knew I wanted to do something a little different. So I started with sterling silver and concrete. So all of these pendants are reversible. They're either the same on both sides, or if you see a metal sheet, when you flip it over, it's going to have the opposites. They act like little bowls that hold the concrete. The next thing I'm going to show you are some earrings. Now, everyone always wonders, how heavy is this concrete? Is it comfortable to wear? Concrete is one of the lightest materials. It's lighter than resin, it's lighter than stone. So you can go fairly large and still be comfortable. I can't wear heavy, so I don't make heavy. So all of these are very doable. I also situate the posts on the larger pairs a little lower, so it sits higher on your ear. So it's really flattering. Now, unlike my earrings, my rings, I tend to go very big and bold. So again, I started with the sterling silver and concrete. I like to do, like, I call them bubblegum shanks on the bottom, elevated bubblegum shanks with a split band, but just very simple, elegant shapes. Your hand can hold a lot of heft and a lot of volume. So it's a fun way to go big and bold and not weigh you down. Here's another, ooh, that light is bright. So here's another one, just to play with the different colors. So then after a while, I was like, I really need my fix with the bling. So I started to add diamonds. So with this piece, it's a really pretty feminine light pink with a pink diamond. Again, it has that bubblegum clasp on the clasp shank on the bottom. And this one is the Randomness Ring. This one has 5 diamonds. It also comes with 3 or 7. So if you want, you can select how many in the color, concrete, and all of that good stuff. So when I was doing the diamonds, I was like, let's up the ante just a little more. And I started to do pieces with gold and concrete and diamond. So all of these pendants are on a black oxidized silver chain. These guys are stationed on the chain where they're not going to flip. So these are not reversible, but these two on the outside, they do flip. They're going to dance when you wear them. So I just put a diamond on both sides. So you're never going to look, you're going to look marvelous all the time. And along with those, I took my favorite style of earring and had those, I translated those into the gold, diamond, and concrete. So this is what I wear all the time. So I'm wearing the gold, diamond, and concrete. I also wear them in the silver and concrete, just simple. But this is just such a fun, I don't know, treat yourself with the gold and the diamonds. So now, before I was going to go into stones, but everyone's doing stones, I'm going to go in a different direction to show you some more interesting stuff. I always like to keep things interesting so I don't get bored. So I started to add alligator skin to a lot of pieces. So again, all these pendants are reversible. So you can either wear it on an all concrete side or with the alligator skin showing. Wait, this light is so bright. I'll do a different color. And so I just have a lot of different fun shapes. There we go, block it a little bit. And again, so you still have 2 pendants in one, depending on what you want to do. A little more glam, a little more casual. Here, I'll show you one more of these guys. So there's tons, and I also have little mini ones. If you just want just a tiny little pendant, just the plain, really pretty blue, or the plain concrete on the back. And then I also played around with some rings. So it's a combination again of the alligator skin and the concrete with a little split shank on the bottom. And I did do one pair of very funky earrings. So these again are very lightweight. It's a sterling silver concrete in different shades of pink, white, and gray with the pink alligator skin. So just something again to make people kind of go, hello. I like to very quietly keep people on their toes.
Well, I think that alligator skin certainly does that. They are really awesome. So do you work one-on-one with customers?
I love to work one-on-one with customers. A lot of the best ideas come when we're talking with one another. But if you see something in one metal but want it in another, I can do that. I've done silver and gold or gold and silver. You can choose colors in concrete if there's something very specific, because depending on the color, I think it really does change the feel. You could have the same earring in different colors. And the more playful, the more colorful, it's a little more casual. If you want it a little more sophisticated or chic, you go more neutral. So it's playtime. Everyone who I've worked with, it's phenomenal. We have so much fun. So I encourage it.
I can see that there's a lot of fun going on in your work. So I imagine the one-on-ones are truly enjoyable. How do you care for jewelry with concrete and also like the new alligator? What do you do to care for those pieces?
So for concrete, the best way to think of it is like a pearl. It's porous. So there is a sealant on it, but it's, when they always say the last thing on, the first thing off. So you're going to put your lotions, your perfumes, anything that you're wearing, and then you'll put the jewelry on. One thing I have noticed, it's not the best with hand sanitizer. We found out this year. So I've gotten it on my pieces, but just try to avoid it. It won't kill it, but it's not great for it. For the alligator skin, you can use the oils that you do to shine your shoes. Mm-hmm. Like I know you could just put a little bit of that on it to shine it back up again, and it looks fantastic.
Oh, well, beautiful. Thank you so much for your presentation, Jennifer. It's always enjoyable. We will see you at the after party. I want to thank all of the artists for sharing their stories and showing us their incredible work. And we also want to thank you for coming here and making Art Party what it is today. You all are the reason that we are here in the first place. By showing up today and being a part of these parties, it brings us inspiration and hope and a that fills up our creative pools. So we're just loving having this platform to connect with you, and we can't wait to see it grow and thrive with your help. Your follows and likes and shares on social media mean the world to us, so please keep it up. We are the ones behind those, social media and our websites. We're the artists behind them, so we actually makes a big difference to us when you're liking and sharing. And please don't forget to tell your friends about us and how much fun you had today. Okay, so let's celebrate and choose the winners of the $50 gift certificates. Our co-host Sam is going to choose one winner for each website randomly from everyone that is still on the party. We encourage you now to go ahead and unmute yourself and help us cheer for the winners. It's a lot more fun this way. Take it away, Sam.
Yeah, so good job, everyone. This was such a wonderful party. Meghan, don't stop dancing now. I was so enjoying that. I was like, we're getting ready for the gift certificate winners. I was going to say the party winners. So I do ask if you hear your name as a gift certificate winner, it would be awesome if you would put your email in the chat, and especially if your Zoom name looks a little bit different than perhaps your email or the way you registered on Eventbrite. But yes, I am ready to go. So somebody can do a drum roll if you guys are unmuted. Okay, so first, for Amy Kanarek Design, we have Anya Gilmore.
Yay. Congratulations, Anya.
Hi, Anya.
So I should say also, if you don't want to put your email in like the public chat, you can just private message me at admin and then I'll get it. For Meghan Patrice Riley, we have Ellen Manieri. She's cheering already. For Griffith Evans Wood Jewelry, Ellen Schoenfeld. Congratulations, Ellen.
Congrats, Ellen.
Eileen Schwartz Jewelry, we have Judy Kenter.
Congratulations, Judy.
Congratulations. Monique Rancourt Jewelry, Marcy Mailer.
Woo, Marcy.
Yay. And then Jennifer Lippman Bruno Design, June Stahl.
All right.
I don't know if you guys can see June's hat, but it seems like the subtle colors of Jennifer's jewelry is going to suit it very well. So congratulations, all the winners. And again, if you wouldn't mind just popping your email in the chat, that would be awesome.
Yes, and because we want everyone to feel like they have won something, you all will receive a coupon code for 10% off of all 6 makers' websites, as well as my website at ekologic.com and Sam's website at swan&stone.com. The coupon will be good through today through May 31st. So head over to the websites and do some retail therapy. The coupon code for today's party is Art May Party 25, and that's all in caps. It's Art May Party 25, and I know Sam's going to put that in the chat for you. We will also be sending a follow-up email to everyone with this code and links to the websites of all the artists on today's party. I'm going to wrap it up and let you know what's going on this week at Art Party Central. We have one more day of parties this week on Saturday, and that will be featuring Lauren Pasenti Jewelry, Mara Colecchia, Kay Lamberti Designs, Takara Designs, Shanna Croy Jewelry, and Joy Stember Metal Arts. We also have a very special party next Tuesday, June 1st, and that's going to be with the Pennsylvania Guild of Craftsmen, and that's featuring Lorac Designs, Swan&Stone Millinery, Ekologic, Lisa Jane Grant, Jim Lower Glass, and Janie Krantz Artisan Jewelry. You can RSVP to all of those events at artpartycentral.org. And I want to thank Sam Stone again for helping host today. You may not have seen her, but she was in the background making sure everything went smoothly and that you got all those links to all the artists' websites. I think I can speak for all of the artists by saying you guys rock, and we miss seeing you all in person, but this has been such a great way to stay connected. We know you all are busy, so for those that would like to stay and hang out and ask questions, we invite you to unmute yourselves and go ahead and chat with us. And for those that have to say goodnight, we thank you so much for coming and hope to see you again. So with that said, let's start the after party. Woohoo! Sam, have you got some questions for us?
You know, actually, there was just one question for Jennifer Lippman Bruno, and I actually would love to know the answer to this too. Where does the alligator skin come from?
Well, it comes actually from my husband's scrap pile,
Oh.
but it's American alligator. So it's farmed. No one was hurt in the process, although that is the one animal that scares the bejeebies out of me, so I don't mind using it. I don't like furs, I don't like all that, but alligator skin, they've been here for millions of years, they're going to be here for millions more. So yeah, it's American alligator.
Well, that's really cool that you are recycling your husband's scrap.
I need I use the part that when people who make big bags and everything, they don't want what I want, because they want the really big scales, and I always want like the little ones, because it's a small piece, so I want little details. Yeah, so I'm being very good, using every bit of it.
Do you dye the colors or?
No. It comes dyed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. I just cut it and put it in.
Well, it's really really fun work. Does anyone else have a question for Jennifer while she's up here on the screen? And that includes you in the audience. Feel free to shout it out. You all are being shy today. Jennifer,
They're all on mute.
Well, they can unmute themselves.
Yeah.
Jennifer, is there another piece that you would like to show before we move on to another artist? The bracelet. There's a bracelet that is wonderful. A little bird told me. Okay, there we go. I like that one. I hadn't seen that one, but yeah.
Here are 3 bracelets that I have with the alligator skin. So here, I can't do this one at a time. So here's like an amethyst skin. Here's a blue and a green.
Oh, they're just so much fun.
And I have bracelets that don't have this. So if this is not your thing, I've got just concrete, if you like.
I think that's the underlying thing at Art Party. Just talk to the artist and they can get you what you want.
Yeah, it's what you want. We do like to please. I like to see someone happy.
Exactly. Griffith, would you like to show another piece? I have to say, Griffith, I've been just really enjoyed watching the development of your circle necklace and how the concept has evolved, and that we've witnessed on all of these art parties. And right now it is just really exciting to see it go from a brooch to a necklace. I am jazzed by what you've done.
Yeah, well, thanks, Kathleen. Yeah, like I said, I mean, it's kind of slow to put this thing all together, but it's turning into a reality now. And so at the moment I have three basic concepts, which I believe we've seen most of these, but I think it bears a refreshing. So
yeah, I mean, just the use of the magnets and how you've embedded it and enabling the customer, the wearer, the owner to actually change with whatever they need is so cool.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun because this is basically the same width as the steam bent wood component. So this neck wire sort of becomes an element, if you will, another line in the composition. But yeah, while we're here, I'll show you a couple other pieces. This is a interesting little foray into one size fits all. As you know, I said earlier, I make the cuffs in 5 sizes, but this actually stretches. This is walnut wood, and it's been steam bent and coiled around a form to create this shape. And it's very, you know, it's just fun. It's extremely light, and you don't even have to worry about measuring your wrist. So that's that. This is an interesting piece. I know we looked at this one earlier today, but I call this the Cornucopia Cuff. And again, one single strip of walnut wood, which has been steamed and bent around a form to create this coil. And this is accented again with these little movable porcelain beads that I do by hand. And it's just a fun statement piece, you know, it just really a conversation starter.
Oh yeah. And I know last time there was a customer talking about you know, the bracelets for men, and when you put that one on, we were all just wowed.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but I do wear a size 6.5, which is right in the middle of my my range. So definitely, yeah, the sizes that I showed you earlier, these aren't just women's sizes, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, again, I do have a little video on my website that shows you real quickly how to measure the wrist. And I'm also happy to walk you through that process in an individual Zoom consultation if you prefer.
Okay. Yeah.
I also say something about Griffith because I worked with him and he made the earrings that I'm wearing. And he's wonderful to talk through what you want and to make sure that they work for you.
Oh, good. We got you on split screen, June, so you can show us your. oh yeah, they look great.
We don't tend to wear posts, so I needed something that you could see in my hair.
Yes, it's just beautiful, and I love the hat as well.
Swan&Stone at its best.
Exactly. Oh, thank you.
She's always so stylish at these art parties. She's an asset.
That's right. And I don't know that we saw that earring. This is a really neat style of earring as well.
Yeah, you know, I can't seem to keep these in stock, so I'd like to be able to show that more frequently, but it's just kind of been hard to keep in stock. But Kathleen, that's actually the sycamore wood that we had looked at in the earlier show. I don't normally make those earrings with that wood, but you know, June and I were talking about her hair color and thought that would be a good choice.
Yeah, it is definitely a good choice. And thank you so much to both of you. So let's go to Monique Rancourt next. Thank you, Griffith.
Hi.
Hi, Monique. I know we can't get our audience engaged here. I'm trying to get them to ask the questions for me tonight. But I know you have that beautiful necklace behind you. Yes. And there's those cool torn earrings in front of that. I'd love to see that as well. Tell us a little bit about this.
So it's actually inspired by feathers, like the way feathers layer. And so each piece is forged on my old anvil. And then I leave a little stem on there, fold it in, drill a hole, solder each one in, and then clean up the back so it doesn't stab you.
And so it's also hinged, so it falls really nice.
Yeah, it's hinged, and then
yeah. Yes, thank you for putting that on for us.
Gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. And that is really stunning.
thank you. I'm just gonna keep it for myself. Were you talking about this one too?
Ooh.
These are two-sided. I like
Wow.
to do that sometimes because, you know, you can see the back of your earring when it hangs down, especially if you have short hair. And it
And
keeps,
I love the armature in the back. It's just, your work is so interesting.
oh, thank you. So this is my isopod series. I don't know if you're familiar with isopod. I'm clearly into crustaceans. So, and there's a necklace as well, which is kind of like on here, but
Well, and when you turned it to the side, we could really see the dimensionality, you know, with the light coming through. Yes. It's almost, you could wear it either way. I don't know if that was the
it is,
intention.
yeah, it's reversible.
Yeah.
For sure. And the earring I actually did, that particular pair is not reversible, but I made a pair for someone that you can take off the, like this. So sometimes I do this where you can take the bottom parts off
Okay.
and wear it either way or with just a stud. So you're getting like a 2-for-1.
Okay.
Which is
I'm
a good
just gonna watch how your hands did that.
Okay, so
That'll
here's your
look
stud,
sweet.
right?
Okay. Mhm.
And there's the post.
Yes.
And then the hoop has this little stem on it.
Ah,
And then it has
beautiful.
a hole on the top. And you just put that through and then the back keeps it on.
That's lovely.
Can I just say, I have my screen in gallery mode, and the amount of faces that are watching that so intently and like nodding, like, oh, wow, is like so fun to watch.
I,
So this, I can do that with this as well. This pair is not, it doesn't come off, but I did a custom pair for a customer where she actually, you know, she wanted this top with this bottom. So I was just like, how about we just make it interchangeable so you can have all the tops and all the bottoms that you want. You can take it off and wear them with or without.
that is fabulous.
I actually think that was like a thing in the Victorian period where they wore these like ridiculously heavy earrings that had bottom halves that had a hinge and a pin and you could take it off. So that like when you got in the car in your buggy,
You could take
give
half
your
of it
ears
down.
a break. Yeah.
That's funny.
Cool. Yeah.
HBO is filming The Gilded Age, a new series connected to Downton Abbey in my town today.
That's so cool.
which is kind of neat. But anyway, I'm thinking because we actually have horses and buggies in town at the moment.
Yeah.
Let's get back to another artist. Eileen, please pick a couple of pieces and show us some more of that beautiful work.
Okay. First, I'm going to show you, these are not finished. These are what are going to be a, whoops, this is the way they go. A long pair of drops with, there's going to be a trillion garnet on top, a black diamond, and then dinosaur bone, which I'm not sure. This is a red dinosaur bone, and those delineations are actually, you know, the cells in the bone. It comes, you know, you can get this in a variety of colors. The iron in the ground is what causes the red in the red color in the dinosaur bone and sometimes in other fossilized stones. And then I didn't show these earlier. These are some of my one-of-a-kinds. These are both, can be worn as both a pendant and a brooch. You can see a converter piece slides on the back of the pin, and this whole piece with the bail will come off, and then it can be worn as a brooch. This piece has a very unique piece of druzy. It's a sage green color with almost like bronze leaf shapes floating across the surface. I have never seen anything like it. The druzy crystal is very fine also, very small, even crystals. And there's imperial topaz on top with green tourmaline and cognac diamonds. And the design of the pieces is pretty much inspired by the green druzy. The leaves, you know, pick up the leaf pattern in the druzy stone. I also have this one, which is fossilized coral. And you can see this is almost like a periwinkle blue with some brown and peachy colors in there. And then I have smoky quartz, imperial topaz, tanzanite, and a rainbow moonstone that pick up the array of colors in there. And the flowers mimic the floral pattern in the coral also.
Thank you
again,
so much.
They're pendant and brooch.
Well, it's lovely to see more of your pieces. I do want to move on to Amy Kanarek Designs.
Thank you.
And thank you, Eileen. Do you have another favorite you'd like to show before?
Oh, I have about 20 favorites, but I'm going to just pick one. Okay, here we go. Okay. This one is Sunstone. So it's this luminous gray stone that I chose to do in one of my new favorites, which is this antique silver. So I know, yeah, if the light's kind of catching the flash.
Wow.
Stone, it's really funky.
The beadwork and the stone, it becomes continuous.
Yeah, yeah, it's really, I love this piece. I love my stones. I'll sneak in one more little, this is a dainty, but yeah, I don't know, I just wanted that little extra bit of detail on the edge of the bezel.
What is that stone again? It's so pretty.
Turquoise. I'm pretty sure it's turquoise. Yeah, if anybody wants to correct me on that, I'll go with
Looks
it.
like it.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of turquoise on my bench actually right now.
Yeah, yeah. This piece, I just think it's really sweet. You could wear that anytime, anywhere, any day. And then, if I have time, I'm going to show you also one of my other favorite designs.
Oh wow! So are those crystals in the middle, and is it flat?
Yeah, it's called, this weave is called a flat spiral. So I'm just going to put it on so you see how elegantly it lays. And this can be done with a magnet also. This one I happen to do with a lobster claw. But I love this piece. I've done it in so many colors. It just is kind of I think, a really elegant chain that you could wear. You know, you could dress it up or dress it down.
Can you come closer to the camera?
Oh, yeah. It's hard to see the color, I think. But I usually make it so that it sits right on the collarbone, whatever that is for you. And I just find it so elegant. I don't know.
Yeah, it is lovely.
With a t-shirt, you could wear it with a suit. You could wear it with a little black dress. You know, it's just, and it could have a coordinating pendant for occasions when you wanted that as well.
Amy, is it possible when you take that off to hold it a little bit up so we can see the detail flat?
Yeah.
The camera's a wee bit fuzzy, so
yeah,
I want to be able to see that.
Yeah, I apologize. My camera's not so great. I'm hoping to get it.
It's technology.
Technology and I really have an interesting relationship.
Oh, that's perfect. Stay right there if you can.
Yeah.
There we go.
So you have hematite glass seed beads leading out to a bronze edge and clear crystal in the center. And yeah, I've done it in bronze with, brighter colors in the center. Can also be done with gemstones in the center. It's just a really versatile piece. But I love the way the crystal, when you're wearing it, you don't really see the crystals. It just looks like an organic kind of chain. But that it has that sparkle.
Oh, good. Well, thank you so much, Amy. And it's lovely. We're going to go to Megan.
Yes, there we go.
I want to go to Megan. Megan, can we see some of those great shoulder sweeping necklaces
Sorry,
and other
Kathleen,
favorites?
Kathleen,
Yes.
Can I interject just because a while back someone DM'd me, and I've been sort of trying to interject a little bit. I don't want to make her wait too long, but do you have any of your purses to show?
Oh, yes.
The
That would
purse.
be awesome. I'm
Yes,
sorry to put you on the
because-
spot, but she has been wanting to see them.
Well, that's what
No, thank
after
you.
party is all about.
Yes.
They did just go on the website too. They're
good.
limited edition. Yes. So there's colorful and non-color. This is like, I make stuff all the time. So these are hand crocheted little ball chain. This is so fun. Really, these have been great. People have been loving them, like carrying around their like chapsticks or their visines, and it's like a little hidden necklace, and it comes with a crossbody as well. So you can see this has a longer. This one got a lot of boys like this one. I don't know why. But you can wear them like this. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm like like this. They're kind of what I was thinking of was they were inspired by those Whiting and Davis, like those antique 1920s kind of little mini handbags where you only had a couple things in there, almost more like jewelry. And you wore them like around your wrists. You wore them as necklaces or very long pieces like sautoirs for drop-waisted flapper style dresses. This is so cute. This one carries like your lap lipstick. And then also when I was a kid, I used to have these, I guess I keep thinking going back to putting like makeup in them or carrying makeup around. When I was a kid, they had these things, well, in the 20s, they had the things called minaudières, which were little makeup compact things that you wore, almost like jewelry. But in the 80s, I used to have like bolo ties with hidden chapstick in them. And that's what this reminds me of. That's like a weird thing, but yeah, I'm like, this is like exactly from that time period. I have a whole outfit matching this. So I designed all these it's all these dog tag chains cut up, strung back together to create my own fiber and then hand crocheted.
It must feel really
Feels amazing.
gold and silky. I mean, it's, yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, we are the same generation. Yes, look at this. What, that was such a fun time. Polly Pocket was also a thing where you had like
lip
a
smackers.
purse.
Do you remember the lip smackers?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Stick it in your little pouch. Yeah.
There you go.
I had a purse early on also as a kid. This is very autobiographical, but I would wear a purse since I could walk, and I always carry something around with like my toys in it and my lip gloss. Styling from any reason of accessories, I'm there.
Totally.
So there's about 20 of these right now. They are getting sold out, but I put up custom if people want to do custom.
Great.
Yeah. Thank you.
That is fantastic. Does anyone else have any questions? As if we don't have any more questions, we are done for the evening. I want to say thank you to everyone for making this such a special night. We have, I think I did all of the events going on, so it's time to say good night. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming.
Good night,
Thank you guys.
everyone.
Bye.
Yes.